Welcome, welcome. We've got a new release today that is donruss baseball. That's what we're going to be working on tonight. But as we normally do, we are going to go over a little bit of information here before we actually get started ripping. So everybody will kind of know what's what to expect, what's coming up, how it works, all that fun stuff. Excuse me. My feedback is automated on eBay. Anytime that you leave positive feedback for me, you are instantly going to get positive feedback in return, thanks to the wonders of automation. And of course, the other thing there is to say thank you. I always appreciate you being here, bidding, breaking, chatting, and hanging out with me on this new release night. And we're taking a look next at what's coming up in the days ahead. We continue to be more or less sparse, other than new release nights. I may try next week to round up a few extra things to open up. But as it stands right now, after tonight, we'll be off again until Wednesday night, which is when Inception Baseball comes out. We'll be opening a half case of that. They are loose boxes from a shared case. And then we're also going to break a full case of TriStar Game Day Greats autographed football jerseys. Now, what I should tell you, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do this because I just realized I didn't say loose boxes on there. And you know how that can be, even though it's in the description. If you don't put it everywhere, sometimes people get a little testy. So here's the deal for Wednesday. I forgot when I listed that daylight savings time. Yeah. So I thought I was ending it with about an hour and 15 or 20 minutes to go between when the auction ended and when the break starts, which is how we typically do things. Guess what? Daylight savings time means we're going to end it with about 15 minutes to go. So it's going to end, and 15 minutes later, we're going to be breaking it. So if you get in on one of those on Wednesday night, please be aware it's going to be a very tight time frame, like instantly win and pay kind of thing, because, yeah, I forgot about daylight savings time. Okay, so I see I made another typo here. This has been one of those nights for me, hasn't it? So we do just have the one break tonight, and that is donruss baseball. And it should be out the door and on the way to you by Tuesday. Now, realistically, I think it may be out sooner than that, but I do have a couple of appointments at the first of the week. So to make sure that we're covered, I'm going to leave it setting to say it'll be out the door Tuesday, and if I can get it out to you faster than that, I will. I don't believe we will have any need for consolation cards in this. There's something like, I don't know, 700, 800 cards in this break, so I'm sure that every team will get cards of some sort. So this is a 4-box break, which is a quarter of a case, and as you just heard me say, still a lot of cards. And of course, this ended tonight on eBay, the same night that we are breaking it, and the same day it released, which is Friday, the 12th of March. You will find that your team names are listed on one side, and the eBay user ID of each winning bidder can be found across from their team name on the opposite side. Now I have just got one more little thing to do, except I've got something in my way over here that is blocking me from doing what I need to do. Something is trying to update, and at the moment, there we go. Oh, no, still didn't get out of the way. There we go. Yeah, these automatic updates, they get down there and block things, and then you can't, gotta be careful because I don't want to launch them, that'd be bad. So the last little piece of business here, I am changing up your focus. You're going to notice that your background has gotten blurry, and that is 100% intentional. Please do not let that concern you, because we don't care what's in the background. We only care about the cards, and we're going to be able to see them up nice and close. So let's talk about what we've got going here tonight. Donruss Baseball, as you know, heavy on base cards. We will spend as much time opening packs as we do looking at cards. So we're looking for 3 hits per box. They can be autograph or memorabilia cards. And of course, as Panini likes to say, on average. So here's what on average means to us in the real world. Occasionally, especially in flagship products like this, they do mess up and leave a hit out. Now, we hope that doesn't happen tonight, but if it does, of course, that on average is a little CYA for good old Panini. The other thing that can refer to is rewards points. Sometimes Panini will replace a hit or hits with a Panini Rewards Point card. If that happens to us tonight, we'll use random.org at the end of the break to take care of any of that. Find a new home for it using random if we pull any sort of rewards points. So what I'm going to do is just open up quite a few of the packs, and then we'll stop and look, and we'll open some more and stop and look. I don't like to delay my gratification except once, My preference would be, ooh, let's open all the packs and then look, but there's so many. I don't know if we'll do that tonight or if we'll just do a few and then look at a few because, well, I'm like you. I want to get a look at them. I want to see. I want to see what's here. I don't want to wait, but I don't know. See if I can contain myself long enough to get them all out of the packs the first pass or not. Haley's here. Hi, Haley. Haley says another lady in the game. Oh, yeah. Gosh, I come from a whole family of collectors, so I have collected things my whole life, but trading cards has been one of the things I did since I was a kid. I stopped for a while, as I think a lot of us do, when I was in high school and college and young adult and spending money on other things. And then when you get older and you start getting a little more disposable income again, and you probably start feeling nostalgic or whatever, I got back in it. And also, of course, in that was the junk wax years, and nobody wanted to be collecting stuff in the junk wax years. So as you can see, I've decided we're just going to go ahead and get the whole box out of the wrappers at once. I know, I'm dying to see what's in here, but I decided this is the more efficient way, so momentarily we'll be looking at it. So, of course, you can probably see there on the side of the box that we could find an ultra rare. That's what Panini likes to call them, an ultra rare insert, mysterious. So we could find that. We might not, but we might. And then, of course, there's a boatload of other inserts. This product, honestly, is as much inserts as it is base. So, yeah. Tons and tons of stuff to look at. And for the most part, we go at a pretty decent little clip because there are a lot of cards. We do go a little slower through the first box just so we can all kind of become accustomed to what we are looking at, and then in future boxes a little faster. So just an example of an insert. Kind of ugly though, right? Like I would like this so much better if it didn't have whatever that is down the side. But anyway, that's how they did them this year. But that wasn't numbered. Diamond Kings, we're going to see loads of those inserts, I'm sure, before it's all said and done. Of course, rated rookies, there's tons of those. This one is numbered. It is numbered to 100, and it is a Greg Maddux, the first one that we see there that is numbered. And then we're going to have plenty that look like this. These are hollow foil. Ramon Laureano. Looks like our corners might be slightly imperfect on that, but again, pretty common that it doesn't come out minty mint because, well, if it did, it wouldn't be so rare to come up with those cards that grade a perfect 10 now, would it? So, yeah, always come out the way we want. All right, Jim Tomei, and he's turned around the opposite way because why? Is he numbered? No, but there's probably something different about it, I'm guessing, or it wouldn't have been facing the other way. So, Freddie Freeman is a hollow foil. That, of course, Atlanta, all the rest of this pretty standard stuff. That's going to be numbered. The Will Smith is for the Dodgers, or at least I think it will be. Yeah, see it down there in the corner. It's numbered to 149. And you know what? Let's just go ahead and, I was going to sleeve most of this numbered stuff after the break unless it was low numbered, but you know what? Let's just do it now. You just get some sleeves out on the table, and we'll just, how about this? We'll sleeve anything that is 150 or lower. We'll sleeve it live as far as non-hits but numbered. And anything that is higher than, say, 149, 150, we'll wait and sleeve after the break. And then that way you're not having to wait on me every 10 seconds, but yeah, we'll kind of protect some of them as we go, I guess. A Mark McGuire hollow foil, and that would be the Oakland A's. I have no idea why. Oh, there it is. It says on the back. I'm like, why does this not list his team anywhere? But it does on the back. It says Oakland. So I thought they had completely lost their minds and put nothing on there, but they didn't. They got us covered when it was all said and done. Hollow foil that is numbered, higher numbered on this one, and it is also with the nickname on it, Bam Bam for Tampa Bay Rays, and it was numbered to 2021, so kind of a high numbered one there. Jordan Alvarez is another just base hollow foil. That's the Astros. More rated rookies. We'll again see lots and lots of those. That is numbered to 2021. Nunez for the Orioles. And look at that. I said we'd just leave it after the break and because it was higher numbered, and then I just did it anyway. So, oh well, whatever. Lance Lynn coming out. I'm not going to say hollow foil every time. You guys know what the hollow foil looks like, right? So I won't say that every single time since there are a lot of them, and it would probably be annoying after a bit. Nice little Mike Trout. Unleashed, a Nelson Cruz Unleashed, numbered to 999 for Minnesota. And there's a little Gary Carter for the Mets. Of course, he played for more than one team, but it said New York on the back of that one, which would mean headed to the Mets. This is most likely going to be hit number 1 out of box number 1 because it says Signature Series on it. So I think that's a safe assumption. It is Monty Harrison, and that is out for Miami and the Marlins. Little Goldie. So yeah, my man Joey Votto comes down with COVID in spring training. What's up with that? Of course, you know, there's a nice little Dylan Carlson. The rookies is the insert. It's not numbered, but it is numbered. I'm sorry. About missed it. It's numbered right there down the side to 999 for the Cardinals. Of course, you know how I feel about Votto. I love everything he's done for my Cincinnati Reds, but guy probably needs to think about retiring. He's just not brought it the last couple of years. So maybe while he's recovering or whatever, we'll get a look at maybe somebody else over at first and see how they fare. Miami Marlins 2021. Aw, Barry Larkin, and as a Cincinnati Red. And this is going to be numbered. No, but you know what I think this is? It feels a bit like vintage stock, and I think that might be what the other one was too. The one that had, of course, it had a nickname on it as well for the Tomei, but I think it was also vintage stock. The one I said earlier that was flipped around backward feels like what Topps would call vintage stock anyway. I don't know what Panini calls it these days, but that's what we're going to call it. Luke Voigt, 2021, New York Yankees. Now, Eugenio Suarez, Cincinnati. So they've obviously, there's a Josh Bell Pirates that again felt a bit like what I'm going to refer to as vintage stock. So yeah, they're taking a page out of Topps book here, and they're numbering things according to the year. So I guess next year it'll be to 2022, etc. Belly, Dodgers 2021. And that one was the Red Sox, unnumbered. Over here, Ryu. And that little hollow foil, slightly lower numbered, and headed to Toronto, and it is numbered to 500, so a little lower than some of them anyway. Flaherty for St. Louis. Another numbered to 500. You can see the hollow foil down there has started to pull away from the card. At least I think you can see it. It's this white spot kind of around the Y and the S. That is the hollow foil coating has actually separated from the card, and that's the Cubbies. So yeah, unfortunately, that does happen with these hollow foils. And I will, if I see it, I will point it out. Sometimes it gets past me live. I don't see it. You might, and I might not. But if I do, I will, of course, point it out. Another rated rookie. Void that vintage stock is what I'm going to call those. What they, don't know if that's technically what Panini's going to call them or not. That's what we're going to go with tonight. Second hit out of box number 1. That's a nice one. Nick Madrigal for the White Sox on a Signature Series autograph. So good job, White Sox. Mr. Bryce Harper for the Phillies to 2021 Candelario, Detroit Tigers. And there's Lindor, an Indian still on that card. So obviously always going to go to the team as printed on the card. And Jimenez, rated rookie for New York. And where is there a number? I'm not seeing a number, but that is a variant nonetheless. I think it was turned around backwards and whatnot. I'm looking a little closer right now. I really don't see a number on it. But anyway, it is a variant. So I don't think we'll see a ton of those regardless. Mr. Reggie Jackson, 2021 for Reggie. Oh, he's an Angel on that one, by the by. You'll note back there, Team California, which would be the Angels on that Reggie Jackson. Castillo for the Reds. You don't normally think Reggie Jackson, you just automatically think Yankees, but haha, they fooled us, didn't they? 2021, Colton Wong for St. Louis and the Cardinals. There's Maddox again for Chicago. So again, worth noting, that is not Atlanta, but Chicago on the Maddox. Now, it's hard not to autopilot some of those because you kind of think, oh yeah, I know, you're starting to associate them so closely with one team or another. Marquez and a rated rookie for the Cubbies, number 250. So the lowest one we've seen so far. Mookie Betts as a Dodger. My chair is squeaking. Sorry about that. I don't know what's going on with that. But that's irritating, isn't it? It's irritating me anyway. Might be time for a new chair. To 2021 Christian Yelich, hanging out up there by himself. There's a Mike Trout for the Angels. Juan Soto for the Nats. Oh, babe. Let's make sure that he's, I'm like, let's make sure he doesn't say Boston on the back, since they've been messing with where some of these go in terms of what you would normally think. Number 349, Vlad Guerrero Jr. for the Blue Jays. And then here's Bartolo. He is headed to Cleveland and the Indians. That is another hollow foil. Haley said, there's my guy. Who's your guy? Is Mike Trout your guy? Who's your guy? I didn't look over there in time, and there's also a little bit of a delay in chat. So it might be, even though you typed it in right as I hit the card, by the time it came up, I was a little bit past it, and plus I just now glanced over there. So you have to let me know who's your guy. We'll try to bring you some more luck. Jose Abreu, relic, our third hit out of this box, headed to Chicago. The White Sox, who got 2 of the 3 hits out of that box, didn't they? The White Sox did. Huh. Oh, Yelich is your guy. Okay, I like Yelich. All right, so a Brewers fan in the house. Yeah, I like Yelich. He's a good guy. I've got no problem rooting for him to do well. Actually, I like a lot of teams and players because really, I mean, let's face it, when you're a Cincinnati Reds fan, there's not a whole lot to cheer for, okay? Let's just lay that out there. We have been bad for a long time. So, yes, I do spend some time watching other teams and other players as well. Not just when they play my Cincinnati Reds, but anyway, and you know what? Here's the other thing. You don't really develop huge rivalries when you just lose all the time. So, it's not like some of these teams, oh, the Yankees hate the Red Sox and vice versa. Like, who are the Reds gonna hate? We always lose. How you gonna be hating on everybody when you can't win? So I think for there to be a real heated rivalry, there has to be both some winning and some losing. And boy, Cincinnati just has stunk up the joint for so many years. Yeah, I don't feel any real intense rivalries with too much anybody. Maybe the Cubs. Cubs, maybe. And even that is a moderate rivalry. So, but one of these days my Reds will be good again. Probably, hopefully, maybe. We will see, right? They just don't spend the money. And then they get good talent and they send it away in dumb trades. Or they get guys, they bring them up, they develop them, and then right as they're about ready to be great, they don't want to pay them and they ship them off. I can think of quite a few that might fall under that category. Still mad about Yasmani Grandal, but hey, what are you going to do? It's Cincinnati, it's the Reds, you just got to roll with it. See, I told you we spend as much time getting them out of the wrappers as we do actually looking at them. I wasn't kidding. It takes a long time to get all that stuff out of wrappers. But that's how they hand them to us, so that's how we've got to roll with it. Okay, so this box we're going to pick up the pace by quite a little bit here. The higher numbered stuff like that, I'm going to show it to you. I'm not necessarily going to call it out. You're going to see it on there. Ditto with the hollow foils. Unless something is lower numbered or a hit, we're not going to probably spend an extraordinary amount of time on it now that we're all kind of familiar with what's numbered, what isn't, where you can see the numbers, and they're on the front, usually at the bottom or down the side and that sort of thing. Dominators. Now that might be the first Dominators that we have seen, and it's San Diego Manny Machado, and it is high numbered as well to 999. So yeah, a lot of high numbered things in here. And there's Mr. Barry Larkin again, Cincinnati and the Reds. Somebody's setting off fireworks outside. How bizarre. Why would you be setting off fireworks right now? It's not anything. It's not St. Patrick's Day. It's not any kind of holiday. It's super weird, right? Oh, well, who knows? There's one for the Cardinals with Goldie. Yeah, I like this product, but what I wish they would do is put about half the number of cards that it has. Cut it back by about 50%. And then this product would be pretty good. I mean, it's good anyway, but you know what I mean. I would like it better if it had less base and more other things. So there's your guy. Here's your guy, Haley. We've got a relic for Yelich, and that is our first hit out of box number 2. Oh, Travis is here. He said he loved the late 80s, early 90s Reds with Davis, Daniels, etc. Yeah, yeah, my favorite Reds, though, I mean, yes, for sure, those Reds. But listen, my favorite Reds are always going to be the Big Red Machine. Big Red Machine of the 70s. I mean, you're not going to make me any happier than Johnny Bench, Joe Morgan, Concepcion, all those guys, Pete Rose. I mean, love those guys. Diamond Kings to 100, Tatis for the Padres. Rhys Hoskins, the Phillies. But for sure, I mean, there obviously have been other good Reds teams too. It just, man, we've we've been in what they, whatever you want to call it, rebuilding mode or just really bad mode or however you want to refer to it for such a long time. Last season was a little better, but then we've gotten rid of a bunch of those people too in the meantime. Number 299, you've got Mookie Betts, Dodgers. Greg Maddux, once again, as a reminder, he's on there as a Cub, not a Brave, listed as the Cubbies there for Mr. Maddux. With Merrifield, Kansas City, 2021. Jordan. You need a big hit for the Rockies, you said. All right, Lolo has joined us in chat and needs a big hit for the Rockies. Travis says the Big Red Machine was before his time. Okay, well, now you made me feel old, but that's all right. I was really young during the time of the Big Red Machine as well, but I was alive for the Big Red Machine. So that's actually when I probably first started. I mean, I was very young, but my parents are fans, and my dad was a big Reds fan, and so it was always on and around. My sister liked Pete Rose, and I was a Johnny Bench fan. Tanner Houck, signature series for Boston. So that is our second hit out of our second box. There's one more yet to find. So yeah, it was always a thing, right? My sister being a Charlie Hustle fan and me being the Johnny Bench fan. That Ahmed for the Diamondbacks is what feels like vintage stock to me. Whether or not they're going to call it that's anybody's guess, but that's how it feels to me. So yeah, I mean, honestly, what I really remember is like the really late 70s and early 80s, but I was certainly alive for the rest of it. Andre Dawson, again, like a vintage stock. Buxton for the Twins. But I remember all those players fondly. The Joe Morgans and Johnny Benches and whatnot of the 70s. All right, it is Nick Gonzalez, Pittsburgh Pirates, and that is numbered to 249. And that is another one for Boston. We're seeing a lot of kind of just the same guys cycle through, a lot of duplication in our inserts and, of course, in our base. Ricky Henderson to 500. And see, again, you naturally would think, oh, Ricky Henderson's going to be Oakland. It's not. It's New York, the Yankees. That's how he's labeled on the back. So that's where he is headed. So, yeah, that's going to be, oops, I meant to set McGuire over to the side. Oakland. So, yeah, I'm going to have to sort a bunch of these from the back side of the card because, gosh, it's like so automatic. Some of these guys, you see them and you just think, oh, yeah, that goes there. Oh, we cannot do that, can we? A Diamond Kings Rizzo. And it also feels a bit like a vintage stock. It isn't numbered, but it is arguably different than our other Diamond Kings. So we're going to just leave it, call it a variant, keep on trucking. DeGrom for the Mets to 2021. That's Oakland. And then little Trey Turner. Haley, you said the no logos makes it not as super fun task to sort these. It does take longer, but listen, the worst part of it is the stuff like you look at it and well, at least that one, does really go to the Brewers. But like now, normally I wouldn't even flip this over. I'd just go, oh yeah, Babe Ruth, and boom, you'd sort it to New York. But since some of these guys are going to different places than one might expect them to go, I'm going to have to check all those that don't list a team name on the front. So, yeah, that is going to be interesting. Because if I don't sort them from the back, habit takes over. Yu Darvish 2021 Cubs. It it would be easy just to look at some of the, of course, Ripken's got to be Baltimore. I don't even know why I flipped him, but yeah, a lot of those guys, I'll have to make sure, Greg Maddux, I got to remember, okay, I'm putting him to the Cubs. Number 2/100, Will Myers and the Padres. Lance Lynn, White Sox. So I have had products like this before, though, and that's usually my best way around it is just to sort them from the back. And that way, if I don't see the image, I'm not tempted to go, oh, that's Reggie Jackson. He's going to the Yankees. You know what I mean? So if you do it from the back, you'll just read the team info. To $9.99, Aaron Judge, New York Yankees, and Pedro Martinez going to the Red Sox. But it definitely does take a little longer. You do have to stop and kind of think, whereas when the logos or the team names are on there, it's just so autopilot. I could do it in my sleep, really. 2021, Marquez and Colon to the Indians. And Ruiz, Keibert Ruiz, is coming out for the Dodgers. And that is our third hit out of box number 2. So we should be finished in terms of autographs and relics, but we may still have some other interesting inserts. But yeah, I mean, anytime you break a product like this, it does take longer to sort. That is for sure. You're not wrong about that. Number to 2021. If it were a quick sort, I could almost certainly get this out on Monday, but since it's a longer sort, and I know I've got a couple of appointments on Monday, I'm like, ooh, that's why I left it saying Tuesday, and then figured if I can get it out faster, so much the better. This feels like a vintage stock, and it is a rated rookie as well, going to the Rangers. Ian Happ for the Cubs. I'm really just not digging this design all that much this year. I don't know. I've definitely seen donruss designs that I like better than I like this year's. 2021, Gary Carter, Mets. Eugenio Suarez, my Cincinnati Reds. On the flip side, though, I do like the top Series 1, the flagship design this year. I had not liked it much the last couple of years, but I liked it better this year. 2021, Tatis, Padres. But then I don't like this one as well, Harper and the Phillies. So I guess I'll trade off, right? Either way, it's going to be nice to just get baseball back, right? We're all going to be happy about that. Because, well, usually this is one of my favorite times of year because I love March Madness. And I'm still going to love March Madness, but not quite as much since my Wildcats just flamed out and crashed and burned and had the worst season they have had since 1927, right? Oh, it was so bad. It was so bad. Of course, the only way they were going to make the tournament was to win the SEC tournament, which is going on this week right now as we speak. And, Coach Cal is all still, and the kids are all like, oh, yeah, we can still get the tournament. We're going to, get the automatic bid. We're going to win the SEC tournament. I'm thinking, there is no way you're going to string together 4 wins in a row and get in the SEC tournament. And, of course, they didn't even win the first game. Yeah, that's right. They lost the very first game by 1 point. 1 point. And had the ball. And like 15 seconds to go or something, down by 1, and bricked up a big 3-pointer, and boom, there you go, lost game. So I will still watch March Madness, of course, because I do love college basketball, but it will be less fun without my Wildcats in it. And then, of course, Duke's not in it. And, that's a love to hate kind of team. You always want to root against Duke when you're a UK fan. So not only do you get the benefit of rooting for your team, you also have fun rooting against them. Well, they're not in it either. So I guess now all eyes will be on Gonzaga, right? Can they win the thing? Can they run it and be undefeated? Guess that's the team to watch, sort of. I don't know. But hey, at least we had March Madness this year. This time last year, everything was getting canceled, and the presses were stopping. We weren't getting sports cards. We weren't getting anything. We were all stuck inside 100% for weeks on end. So hey, it's definitely a step in the right direction a year later to have March Madness. Any good Reds or Mariners? We have not had any autographs for the Reds. Oh, you said Marlins. Sorry, I read that wrong. It's Mariners. You said Marlins. We haven't had any for the Reds. Did we have a Marlins autograph, guys? Maybe. Maybe. Oh, Tyler's part of the SEC. He says, roll Tide. All right. All right. Got another SEC guy in the house. I like that. Maybe about that. Travis says we did have a Marlins autograph, Harrison. Yeah, I can't remember. We will recap it, though. I will tell you that, Shane. We will definitely recap it at the end as far as our autographs and our relics. So we don't go back through all the numbered stuff and whatnot because there's so much of it. But we will definitely flip stock or vintage stock. We will go through the autographs and relics as a recap at the end. So for whatever that's worth. 2021 Keith Hernandez, Mets. And this is Jazz Chisholm for the Marlins. Speak of the devil, or of the Marlins anyway. That is a rated rookie hollow foil for Jazz Chisholm. Belly 2021 Dodgers. And of course, some of this other stuff may get sleeved after the fact. There's some stuff I'm doing now. Obviously, we've just decided to go ahead and sleeve most of the numbered stuff, but some of the other stuff may go back and pick up later, but trying not to slow you down tremendously by stopping every 2 seconds. 2021 Miggy Tigers. Barrios, Minnesota. Haley says, do we do a hit recap at the end? Yes, we will do autographs and relics. We will recap at the end. We do not recap all of the numbered stuff and all of the variants in a product like this because there are so many, in products where there are not a ton of numbered things or not a ton of variants, that sometimes we will recap the variants and numbered things as well. But we will not do that tonight because there's so much of it. So, and for the most part, it's high numbered stuff on top of that. So, yeah, tonight it'll just be autographs and relics being recapped at the end, which usually takes care of it takes care of the big stuff, generally speaking. Dale Murphy, Atlanta Braves, 2021. And there's Reggie Jackson again, and for the Angels with a vintage stock belly for the Dodgers. 2021 Philadelphia Phillies rated rookie. Comes Kirsch. I hear a cat throwing a fit about something. You probably do too. What that's about. Brad Hand, the Indians, and St. Louis, Kim. Number 2/100, Colton Wong for the St. Louis Cardinals. There's a little Bo Bichette out for Toronto. C.J. Abrams, 999, San Diego and the Padres. And Javier, rated rookie Christian Javier for a hollow foil. So next week, I think we've just got one release coming out next week. 349 going to the Dodgers, Julio Urias. And that is going to be Inception Baseball on Wednesday. Sam Huff, rated rookie hollow, Rangers. We were, I think, originally supposed to have something else next Friday, but most of you probably know that schedule got all changed around when Texas shut down for that winter storm a couple weeks back. That is number 109. I'm sorry, 100. Good grief. I don't know if it said 985. I am blind on top of everything else. It said 185, and it is going to the Red Sox. Phillies on that hollow. So yeah, they changed a lot of the release dates. I looked at the calendar tonight, and it looks like the only thing we've got next week is Inception Baseball on Wednesday. $9.99 Gurriel Blue Jays. Miggy for Detroit. Diamond Kings hollow. Thought it would be numbered, but doesn't appear to be. I tried to buy us some extra of Inception too, because again, like everything else, I'm accustomed to having 8 or 10 cases of Inception, and I've gotten nowhere near that this year. And I tried to buy some more. They quoted me a price, and it's about, I don't know, 4 times the regular price before it even releases. But I said, sure, send me some. Oh no, they had already sold out of it. I didn't see the message for like 30 minutes. They sold out of it at 4 times the price, like 10 minutes after they sent the message, they said. Miami Marlins get an autograph right there with Jesus Sanchez. So you brought your Marlins some good luck when you came and joined us here, helping them out. But we need to have some luck for Lolo, who came in and asked for the Rockies, and we didn't get it much going there, did we? But Shane brought some luck anyway. Here is Evan White for Seattle and the Mariners. A couple of signatures coming out there in pretty short order, as a matter of fact. Travis said the Twins for you. Oh, the Twins for me is like the Reds for you. Lifetime fan, lots of ups and down years. Snake bit when it comes time to the playoffs. Yeah, boy, I tell you, snake bit is not even the word I would use for the poor Reds. They're just terrible. They're just so bad. Really not good at all. Not good at all. I got those two stuck together there. The Bryce Harper is a vintage stock kind of feel. Yeah, I don't know. Every year at the start of the year, I tell myself, "Oh, this is gonna be the year for the Reds, man. We got this. We got this. We're good." But then you play about, I don't know, a dozen games, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, no, we're not. we don't have this." Mike Yastrzemski and the Giants. That is just a parallel, I guess, with the little Statue of Liberty there in the background. So whatever we want to call that, that seems to be what's happening there. Max Scherzer, 2021 Nationals. Syndergaard, Mets. So I've kind of, I don't know. I don't want to say given up, because I haven't given up on the Reds, but I just don't have any expectations that we'll really win. That's to 488, Christian Yelich and the Brewers. But it's not entirely given up in the fact that, like, I still watch it, I still root for them, I still think there's hope, but I don't have high expectations, or really much of any expectations. 2021, Marte, Miami. Brandon Belt, San Fran. A trending to 249. There's Julio again for the Dodgers. We saw that, basically that same card a minute ago, or not too far back in the rear view. A Diamond Kings, Trevor Bauer. He is long gone, but hey, we got a Cy Young Award out of it anyway for the Reds. So there is that. At least we could say we have a Cy Young Award-winning pitcher. He's long gone. As the rich get richer and they pay him a lot of money out west these days. 2021 Joey Gallo, Rangers. Ryu, Toronto. And a nickname. Hey, we got a nice little nickname card there for the White Sox. I always like the nickname cards. They're funny. That one, Bigfoot. I didn't even know that was Giolito's nickname, but now we do, don't we? Ryan Sandberg, which I put in upside down, so let's try that again the right way, please. There you go. The Cubs, and that's our third hit out of our third box. So it seems our combos are pretty much 2 autographs and a relic, even though the box says 3 autographs or memorabilia cards. 3 for 3, we're 2 autographs and 1 memorabilia. So I suspect that's the pattern throughout Donruss this year. Travis liked the Evan White. Yeah, that's a nice hit too. He played just up the road, I believe, in college. You've been waiting 29 years since 1991 World Series. What's another 29? And Haley's like, hey, the Brewers never won a World Series. I know. You get spoiled though, don't we? I mean, everybody, I'm right there in the same camp. We all want instant gratification. Nobody wants to have a rebuilding year, much less a rebuilding decade. We just don't. We want to win. We want to win now. It's human nature. So, yeah, nobody likes that part. That's not fun. It's like my Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah, my Steelers just stunk up the place this year, too. Started out really well. Started out great. And then just went to you-know-where in a handbasket. It was terrible. Terrible the way they finished. And this is about 3 years in a row where we just coughed it up come time for the playoffs. And of course, I have said for about those same 3 years, as much as I love Big Ben and as much as he has done for the Pittsburgh Steelers, he's kind of like past his prime, okay? We need somebody new. And we need to reset because our payroll is ridiculous. We can't keep any of our free agents because we don't have any salary cap room. And then we've got all this mess going on, and we need to be getting younger everywhere. We need a younger quarterback. We need younger O-line. We need younger everything except receivers. They're pretty young already. But everything else, we need younger. And we need to reset things. And they're just delaying the inevitable. And so then Ben takes a pay cut and they bring him back again for next year. It's like, no. I love Big Ben, but it's time for him to not be there. That's kind of how I feel about Joey Votto with the Reds. Love Joey Votto. Love everything he's done for the Reds. But yeah, it's time, guy. Just, take a back seat. But they don't always do what you want them to do, So instead, we've had a real mediocre Steelers team and a terrible one at playoffs, which is when it matters, for about the last 3 or 4 years. And we're going to have another year of probably about the same or worse. And then we'll have to start a rebuild, which will probably also take us 3 or 4 years. So we're getting ready to look at a long stretch of bad football coming out of Pittsburgh, I think. So I just want one of my sports teams to do well, right? Steelers, boo. No, terrible. Reds, boo, terrible. My Kentucky Wildcats this year, boo, terrible. Couldn't even get Serena Williams to win the major when she was playing down in Australia. I haven't had no luck with my sports teams this year. Starting to feel like Drake, man. I'm feeling like I've got the Drake curse. Number 2, 2021, Whit Merrifield. And the Kansas City Royals, there's a Rojas for the Marlins. We are, of course, entering our last box, so we are looking at a little last box mojo coming up right now, hoping to find our big smoking hot hits out of the last box. One of them is going to be a redemption. I bet you'd like to know who's on the other side. Oh, I'm going to make you wait because I am so mean. I know, right? We always keep our redemptions back. We hold them back until the very end. Did we finish looking at that? Until the very end of the night. That's the way we always do it. And at that point in time, we will then take a little peek at that is a vintage stock for San Francisco. We'll take a peek at the Panini website, and that will tell us what, if anything, it is numbered to. So we always save redemptions to the bitter end. Luckily for you, that's not long because we're already in the last box. That was to 2021 for Milwaukee, and that is Cleveland and Jose Ramirez with a Diamond Kings insert that is hollow foil specifically. This appears to be our relic with Casey Mize. So hopefully he's going to be good. And it's low numbered. So there you go. Tigers numbered to 25 with the Casey Mize relic and a 2-color relic. Woohoo! We are stepping up in the world with 2 colors on our relic. All right, this is a hollow foil George Springer for the Astros, numbered to 400, and I believe that said 458, oddly enough. Why 458? I am unsure. Do not know. Oh, Haley says, last year you pulled your first ever redemption. Oh, a Tatis auto to 25. Oh, no, it got lost in FedEx and Panini won't get back with you. Man, that blows. I'm going to tell you, I have not had that happen, and I feel terrible that that happened to you. I'm sorry that that did, especially on your first one. That's even worse. This is the Oakland A's, and it is Tejeda on a vintage stock. Sonny Gray, former Cincinnati Reds. But I've got a ton of redemptions that are just sitting there waiting that have never been fulfilled. Tons of them. Some of them were pretty high dollar products too, like coming out of Impeccable and things that were not cheap to buy into the breaks. And I pulled Steelers and they never got filled. I'm still waiting on TJ Watt from Contenders. Like, I would love to have that. His rookie year in Contenders. Haven't gotten that. I'm still waiting on an Andrew Benintendi rookie year from, for the Red Sox. And hell, he's been traded by now. I mean, heck. Wilmer Flores for the San Francisco Giants with an autograph. So that will be our 3 hits because the redemption is 1, Flores for the Giants would be 2, and then the Casey Mize for the Tigers, the 3rd one. But yeah, they are the worst with the redemptions. The players don't return them, and then, Topps at least makes it easy somewhat. There's Marquez to 2021. In that if your redemption is just sitting in there forever, you can say, okay, we'll switch it out, and they'll give you something decent. Now, Panini has since added something where, depending on how old the redemption is and when you put it in there and all that, that they'll either give you Panini rewards points, but they'll give you like 20 points or something stupid for what should have been an autograph. Trey Turner and the Nationals to 2021. Or they will also let you say, oh, send me something different, but you have no idea what you're going to get. And I don't trust them to send you something equivalent, not Panini. Like Topps, I trust. And sometimes if I don't get my Topps stuff, I just get tired of waiting on it, say, nah, send me something else. But I haven't done that with Panini, but I guess I'm going to have to because otherwise my stuff's just sitting there getting wasted and I'm never going to get it. Austin Meadows, Tampa Bay Rays, and that's got the Statue of Liberty border. Numbered to 100, we have got ourselves a nickname as well, and that, of course, Tomei. And there's Ramirez for the Indians. But you do eventually get some of them. Like I got my Ezekiel Elliott rookie year autograph about 2 years after the fact. But I did finally get it. Of course, it wasn't worth anything near like what it was worth when I pulled it. But what are you gonna do? Jose Abreu, $9.99 White Sox. You're gonna do nothing about it. That's what. Lolo says manifest the Rockies. Maybe there'll be a Rocky on that redemption. Could be. Don't know. There's Molina for the Cardinals. We will try our best to see if we can find you a good Rocky before we get out of here. 2021, the nickname on there, of course, Big Sexy, going to the Indians. Woodruff Brewers. But yeah, I mean, you know what? They should be able to tell that FedEx lost that, honestly. I mean, that's the whole point of sending it that way is there's tracking. So they should be able to see that that was never delivered. To 2021, Tatis and the Padres, Sam Huff, the Rangers. So I'm kind of surprised that they didn't. Oh, look at that. We did get something good out of our last box. Last box mojo is alive and well. These whammy cards generally come out not super often. I'm not going to call them case hits because Panini doesn't call them that, but let's just say that they don't come out super often. So we got a nice little whammy there for George Brett. How about that, Kansas City? That was a nice little surprise here out of our last box. So out of a 4-box break to hit a whammy, I'm kind of happy with that. Digging that. To Brian Hayes, and it is numbered. It's a rated rookie hollow foil. It's going to the Pittsburgh Pirates, and it is numbered to 2021. Oh, a Bo Jackson hollow foil. That's cool. Ozzie Smith hollow. So yeah, I'm surprised they couldn't make that good for you via FedEx. That's just terrible. Sorry that happened to you, Haley, especially in your first one. That's no good. Josh Bell, the Pirates, and on a card like that, that's like so nice. Dustin May hollow, the Dodgers. I'd say go after them on social media, really. That's what I would say. You know, start posting on their Facebook page and their Twitter feed and anywhere else they're on social media and just harass them until someone answers you. That's what I'd do. Rafael Devers with the Unleashed insert, which is kind of cool looking. That's the Red Sox, and it's high numbered to 999, but it's a pretty cool insert, really. Bichette and the Blue Jays. In fact, I'd like to see those Unleashed numbered a little lower because it was a good looking card. Rojas, Marlins 2021, followed by Walker Buehler. Buehler, Dodgers. Poor guy. You know, his life's been rough. His Ferris Bueller's Day Off, you know. All through his whole life, he's probably had that or some form of that. Andre Dawson and Chicago, the Cubbies, numbered to 500. Nunez, Baltimore. And survey says we have a Gary Carter numbered to 2021, headed to the New York Mets. We've seen this before, but there's that nickname, again, nickname hollow foil Tomei for the Indians. And vintage stock, a Brady Singer rated rookie for Kansas City. So Kansas City's had a good little run here out of the last box. So last box mojo working for them anyway. Torres for the Yankees. And here's Liam Hendricks, 2021, Oakland. You said you harassed them on and off for a while. Maybe you should start up again. I definitely would, especially, you know, because, I mean, if you bug them enough on social media, they ought to help you. Salvador Perez, Kansas City. Especially, like you said, I mean, with it being FedEx, there's tracking. It will clearly show if it wasn't delivered. They're going to be able to see that. And I don't know why they wouldn't help you. That's so, well, crappy, isn't it? I mean, that's just terrible. To 2021, Yu Darvish and the Cubs. I mean, that's no way to treat somebody who spends money on your products. Brian Anderson and the Miami Marlins. Panini needs to do better, don't they? course, I think they've got a class action lawsuit filed against them over redemptions anyway. They did have, I guess they still do. Acuna and the Atlanta Braves, numbered to 349. A hollow foil Diamond Kings Cabrera Miggy for Detroit. And Juan Soto coming out as our last numbered insert anyway for the Nationals to 249 on a highlights insert. And Rizzo for the Cubbies with the hollow foil Diamond Kings. Now comes the fun part. Well, it'll be fun for somebody, not as fun for everybody else, but we're going to see who's on the other side of this redemption and make at least one person happy. And then we'll recap. All right, so let's flip it over. It is, oh, nice. Haha, that is Joe Adele for the Angels. So you've got a signature series base autograph. I'm guessing is not going to be numbered, but we will roll over to the Panini website and just find out. We'll see if it tells us if they're numbered or not. If I can get us on the right page, we will anyway. All right, our card set there was pretty easy. Just signature series is what we're looking for. If I can get myself down there. Oh, now I went too fast, didn't I? First I went too slow, then I went too fast. Story of my life. Okay, card number 17. Yeah, it's not going to be numbered because if it were numbered, it would tell us right over there in that spot that is blank. So we do know it is unnumbered, but still, you know what? Nice hit if you got the Angels. So congrats to them for their redemption. All right, let's do our recap. See what we've got here to talk about. Travis says he's got to head out. Well, thank you, Travis, for joining the break tonight and hanging out with me, keeping me company too. So enjoy your weekend, man. All right, we did manage to get a whammy out of our 4-box loose box break, so that's nice for George Brett and Kansas City Royals. It's technically not an autograph or a relic, but again, those don't come out very often, so we recap them anytime we hit them. We had one redemption. It ends up going to the Angels. It's Joe Adele, unnumbered open edition, like the rest of our signature series are tonight. Wilmer Flores and the San Francisco Giants, Casey Mize with a relic, 2-color relic, no less, that is numbered to 25 and going to Detroit and the Tigers. A Ryan Sandberg relic headed to the Cubs. Here's the Evan White signature series for the Mariners, and this is pretty much, signature series Joe Adele card. Going to look pretty similar to this, obviously. Different color, different player, but different color background. Jesus Sanchez, Miami Marlins, and then Ruiz for the Dodgers. Houck, Boston Red Sox. A relic for Mr. Yelich and the Milwaukee Brewers. Jose Abreu, Chicago, the White Sox. And then the White Sox again get this nice Nick Madrigal headed their way. And last but certainly not least, there is the one I forgot about, Monty Harrison for the Miami Marlins. That's the one I forgot about earlier. So yeah, now we know. All right, so that has us covered with our break and our recap. Now what I'm going to do next, if you missed it earlier, we are in a hot second here going to take a little peek at anticipated shipping dates and what's coming up in the days ahead and all that fun stuff. We are going to make one more quick pass through that, if I can get us on the right page. So shipping wise, I'm saying this will be out the door and on the way to you by Tuesday. Now, I may be able to get it out the door sooner than that, but I'm going to say Tuesday to be on the safe side because I do have a couple of appointments coming up at the first of the week. So let's just say Tuesday and be safe. If I can get it out to you faster, I will. And every team pulled cards of some sort in this, I feel confident, so we don't need to worry about consolation cards. Now, as far as what's coming up in the days ahead, it's going to be several off nights in a row. We're going to be back live on Wednesday night when we have another new release product coming out, which is Inception Baseball. We'll be breaking a half case of that, which is 8 boxes. They will be loose boxes. from shared cases. And then we're also going to break a 5-box case of TriStar Game Day Greats autographed football jerseys on the same night, which again will be Wednesday night. And yeah, I guess that's pretty well got me covered until Wednesday. So thank you everyone for being here. I appreciate it very much. I hope you have a fantastic weekend and even, good into next week too, because I won't see you for a few days. So if I don't see you again on Wednesday for Inception, I hope I will see you again sometime soon. So in the meantime, stay safe and happy and healthy, and we'll be back on Wednesday. We'll see you then. Bye now.